Welcome everyone. Welcome to Drakenmemoria. And for those of you wondering what Drakenmemoria is, well, it's Dungeons and Dragons. More specifically, a group of people playing Dungeons and Dragons. So if this is not what you wanted to watch, well, there's a lot more channel available right now. You just have to look on your left. There's just a list of suggestions. You can always go there. Because we're not changing our subject. And as a matter of fact, we really want to do this fight that's been promised since last episode. Or at least most of the group seems to be very eager to enter this fight. Most of it. For everyone else who actually know who we are and why we're doing this, and you actually are enjoying this for whatever reason you have, I'm not judging any of them. Welcome among us. It is a pleasure to have you with us. And I think that's about it. That's the thing about small channels. They don't have a lot of commercial to air just before the episode starts. We don't even have an introduction. That's it. And I know I promised...
However, advertise as if you are interested.
Yeah, that is something that I am advertising. Now, if you're good making music, I've been looking for this. I know I promised it a few episodes ago, but as always, the person who was helping me sort of just lost interest and never talked to me again. So, hey, if you're interested in making music and being paid by just having your name mentioned somewhere on the page, alright, I can give you a little bit of money for it. Just send something on our Twitter page or simply by email. I'd say write it in the chat, but so far only Chaotic Calling and a few people have been writing in the chat, so just send me an email. That'll be good. That'll be fine. Speaking of people watching us, like I said, Chaotic Calling, you can find their information just below the window. There's a panel, special thanks to. And if you make us a music, your name might actually appear in this panel. That's might be where your name is. But there is the information for Chaotic Calling. There are also another D&D channel. So it's the address for their Twitch page. That's a Twitch page. And you also find Kearney City Guild, who are just a Discord chat room who lets us post that we have a game, and this is what they do. So if you're looking for a group, to be part of a group, to build your own group, having your live stream, private, over the internet game, you can all go there and you might actually find someone. And that is it. I'd say roll the introduction, but we don't have one, so let's just get started. So, in past few episodes, the party has been exploring this abandoned arcane laboratory under the... well, they've been hired by the Garden to explore this place, because it's the first arcane laboratory found in the Mistal Island chain, which is where the adventurers are adventuring right now. The island hasn't been inhabited for this long, so it's interesting for a lot of the mages community, towers, schools, and of course the Garden, who is very interested in learning more about this world. So the first arcane laboratory, as soon as they got wind of this, they gave a quest to whomever wanted it to explore this place, bring back information, what was in there, what sort of history they might have encountered, interesting discoveries. As for whomever was sponsoring this, it appeared to be a gnome, who most likely was also interested in being the first one to find an abandoned laboratory. First actual signs that there actually have been things happening in this island chain in the past 400 years. So, the party entered this place after speaking with this gnome. They faced puzzles, they faced combat, they faced combat puzzles, and now they are entering into the last room they have access to, and finding themselves in front of a very large armored statue who has just started to move as the door behind the adventurers simply disappeared. So they're stuck in this room, and because of that, I will shift to the battle map right after sending the battle map to my own players. And I'm just going to call it room. All right.
The very descriptive name tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, it's useful. You don't have to think about it. All right. And so this is where we last left. So, when the stream ended, the huge statue pulled itself from the wall, made a step forward, and is actually entering the room, which would most likely be more like this. As to how each player said they were entering, Remy, according to your description, you entered 10 feet and went 5 feet to your right, which would place you at C6. Audience
That's accurate.
had just started to enter the room, so I just placed you in the second square, and since everyone had just entered the room completely, Fisher and Jorg, I just placed you right behind the audience. If you want, we can switch your place. Right now, Fisher is at A4 and Jorg at A5.
Works for me.
Okay. So, roll combat music. Damn, we don't have any. All right. Just imagine it. Does this music have royalties? I don't want to have to pay them. All right. So, as you all enter and see this monster making its first step, making the entire room shake, Fisher, you do hear one thing. You're the only one who can actually understand this weird rumbling coming from the creature. And it translates into your mind as level 3 countermeasure activated.
Ah, there it is.
State safe word to disarm countermeasures.
We never found a safe
this
word,
fight
right,
could have been
guys?
entirely avoided if we didn't activate levels 1 and 2. Damn.
This would just be level 2.
Guys, we didn't find a safe word anywhere, right?
Oh.
Alakazam. I don't know.
That's the problem. The safe word has been lost to time. The people have forgotten.
All right.
I am gonna say the construct word for illusion. Or the, what was it? The greatest school.
The greatest school there ever.
I respect you, Tab.
Does anything happen?
I would have chosen Blatherskite.
It's a personal choice. So you answer in this odd voice, this odd grumbling, twisting sound. And unfortunately, it makes another step forward, and you have to do your initiative.
I was gonna say, I sense an evil presence behind the far door, right?
Yes.
Before the last session?
Yeah.
Okay, when I saw the statue start moving, while Fisher was doing his thing, I would have tried to sprint over to the far door to see if I could, get inside, in case there was someone controlling the statue. So. But I might have to do on the first round of combat, but I am letting you know what I would.
Well,
have been
since
doing well.
Fisher had time to try and answer something, I'd say you could try and get to the other side. So you would find yourself technically right between his legs when Fisher entered the wrong password.
That's okay. Have you ever fought a Dark Souls boss? That's exactly where you want to be.
Yeah, use those iframes.
They can't hit you if you're right under them.
Okay.
And then audience looks up and sees, curiously, one 6-foot-long piston and two.
Then suddenly, Remy is very distracted. All right. So make your initiative.
Alright, I'm gonna try and hope that I'm higher so I can try and get through the opposing door.
Oh, yeah. I rolled an 18 for a total of 21.
Shit.
Yeah.
I rolled a... What are your initiative? 19. I rolled a 19.
Wow.
Oh, Draken, also for clarity,
Yes.
since the action I took with the mage hand was the attempt to open the door, did the door actually open? Or... Because I know that you said it was kind of like hanging open, but I also don't know if it just like slammed shut the minute the security turned on.
So the range of Mage Hand is 30 feet, is that it?
Yeah, it's 30 feet.
All right, so yeah, you would have been just in range to try this. You sort of have the impression that either this is what triggered the monster to make a step forward, or, well, your attempt prompted this from something else. An audience, just as you saw the door slightly ajar, this is how you would have felt the evil presence. So, with the two of you combined, audience might think that this is the person who sent this to you, and Remy would think that this is the door that sent the monster to you.
Well, audience right now is right in front of the door, so if he rolls first, he's just gonna try and go through the door. But
All right. All right, I got
It's higher.
audience. George Fisher, how much did you roll?
10.
10.
got-
Remy?
13.
We have a sinking feeling. All right. Well, that means that Jorg is the first one to act in this.
Did audience say? Wow. Audience
That was audience running right by you.
I mean, I do sound probably like a train when I run. A large man.
No, but did audience say there was an evil presence?
No, I never got to. I just sprinted for the door.
All right. Then he's going to cast Bless on the three of you guys,
All right.
and then I think that's about what he wants to do. He might. I think he's going to turn into a black bear also.
Can you do that as a bonus?
Yeah,
Oh, no, I can't.
I think it's...
Yeah, you're not a moon druid.
Yeah.
You gotta...
Yeah, that's a good point. Then I will wait on that.
You just look really.
I was thinking
You just
that was
look
an
like your face is
excellent
straight,
focus.
like you're constipated, nothing happens. You're like, oh, right.
I tried to do that so quick.
It's the first phase, he's preparing.
I have to get angry.
Fisher, you have seen this from sailors when they eat something that's a little weird. All right. Well, meaning that the next one is, well,
Please tell me they get higher than 19.
no, actually, that's the thing. He can't roll higher than 19. But that's... yeah, you have him. Not by a lot, but you have him.
Oh, good. Okay. Audience will take, I guess, the disengage action, so it can't hit me, and then try and go through the door.
Okay. So, you run, you go right under his legs. You see him watch you. You reach for the door and you try and open them. There is a resistance, but it feels like maybe something was removed. You pull the door open. You see this magical shimmering field right in front of you.
Damn it. I kind of expected that. But
However, you do see, just as you enter and feel this deception, it is a long hallway, and at the other end of the hallway, you see another door closing.
no. I assume if I put my hand on the barrier, I can't just walk through it. It's like a
No,
fairly
it
solid barrier.
completely resists.
Okay.
And this is when audience finds out that in reality the hall is actually drawn.
And he just slams in the wall.
Okay, the
Why are you
audience
finally
will.
When was RFC created?
Well, technically,
Let's see, he'll use his move. I've already used the disengage action, so there's no point really. So I guess I will.
I'd say you have almost all of your movement because you were starting to
Yeah.
sprint as Fisher was talking.
So I am literally under the monster right now. So I assume
Yeah.
I'm at H5.
What
What are the black dots?
They're
H4,
columns.
5.
I said there were 4 columns holding the
Okay,
plates.
5, 10, 15, 20. All right. See, I will move over to F8.
Oh, okay.
Behind the column.
Yep. All right.
And then I will, I guess it's a bonus action, drop my mace, which I had out, and pull out my longsword. Because I assume this thing is not undead.
There's a very high chance it's not undead. Usually
Yes,
things
so
like
I will-
that are construct.
Yeah, so I will equip my longsword and drop my mace.
Okay.
But then, lo and behold, you break through the armor, you see bone.
I mean, then I'll go pick back up my mace.
It's an undead troll in a mech suit.
No, actually, that is a valid question. I remember in previous editions, there were bone golems and flesh golems. Is it an undead or is it a construct? All right. This means the next initiative goes to the creature. And his initiative is at 16. All right. It saw audience moving right now. It doesn't have any reason to favor anyone. So let's see who drew his attention most.
Audience probably who zoomed under his legs and then zoomed away.
Well, he basically has 2 person in the group to have paid more attention to. Someone tried to speak with it in a language it could understand, and audience decided to do the annoying insect thing. All right. Apparently, it goes for the annoying insect thing.
Haha, that was my plan all along. I want it trapped over here by the pillar. Because now we can flank it.
Genius.
Get it in a corner.
All right. So you hear him move. It peers over. You see just his hand appearing on the side of the pillar, and it peers over and starts trying to hammer you into the ground. It has
Okay.
2 fist
The
attack.
joke's on him. Audience loves to get hammered.
But not fisted.
Yes.
Said by an inexperienced audience.
And after that, they
Okay,
tell.
Dre, I saw your face on that one. I appreciated it.
After that, they tell me that I should change subject just before the stream started. So, all right. The first attempt to hit you is a 16, which I
That
believe
will-
fails.
Chip off the pillar and miss me by a little bit.
But the next attempt, because it has a multi-attack, is actually a 21 to hit.
That bit of the pillar that it chipped off was my protection. The second punch it destroyed my protection.
Now, it is right in front of you, bearing down. You're unprotected, and you take
Ow.
12 points of bludgeoning
Ow.
damage
Ooh.
as you get hit by this
Ow.
battering ram-sized fist.
Pain. Alright.
Alright. Next.
That's rough, buddy.
So where did it move to? Where is it right now?
I should
Yep,
be
feel free to
updating
update.
right now.
Oh yeah, so now we kind of can flank it, because we can get around. See, I set that up for us, guys. Put it in the corner.
Alright, so the next one in the initiative is Remy.
Yeah, there is a sore temptation to to take that other spot, but I feel like Fisher would get more out of it. So Raimi is going to stay right the fuck where he is, and he's going to throw the good boy at it.
Yeah, because of its size, it cannot hide behind the pillar. There is something sticking out. Most likely because it was peering over the corner, you are aiming at its butt.
Guess I would start. I'll go ahead and roll the d4 just in case it has stupid AC. So that will be a 26 to hit with bless.
That is enough to hit.
Better be. Otherwise, this is going to be bad.
Audience will be really scared.
No, I said it was a harder fight, not an impossible fight.
For
Not learning it.
14 piercing.
Right. Hold on, I didn't write down.
Start chipping away at that probably 150 to 100 HP. We'll get there. 200 maybe. We'll see it.
Oh, I didn't get that.
So,
Fisher's a construct.
15 you said. Is that it? 15?
14
14
piercing.
14. Alright. Well, the battle is officially started.
And then, as a bonus action, Randy whistles and the good boy comes back to his hand.
Alright. The next one in the initiative is, well, Fisher, you're the only one who hasn't done anything yet.
Alright, I will move.
What, you mean you don't want to try and hit it with your spells?
No. I will use all of my movement to get to G5.
Now it should technically be flanked with the wall.
Yeah, because of the limited space it has to move, I will accept it. There is a column, there is a wall, there is audience, and there is you. So I will accept.
There's a third wall of audience's body.
I mean, it's definitely a wall that. I'll stop there.
Thank you. Then I will attempt to hit it with my greatsword.
Come on.
So I have advantage.
Yeah.
No,
Plus.
blessed. Yes, advantage because of the
And-
flanking, and blessed because of Jorg.
There's no way
Ooh.
Fisher could roll this bad.
Well,
You look at the
the
camera.
bless was very helpful. So that's 19.
That is enough to hit.
Okay. I rolled a 2 and an 8. But I
All right,
rolled
we
a
went-
4
we
on
went
the
from-
bless.
All right, we went from it's lower than 26 to lower than 19.
It's a good start. It's a good start.
Mhm. For 10 damage.
All right.
And then I will action surge
Okay.
and swing out again
Hit it again.
for that'll hit. That's 20 something.
That is enough to hit.
For
His armor class just grew 5 points.
12
shield.
damage.
12 damage. All right.
You joke, Draken, but that's actually an ability some creatures have, so we
I
have
know.
to take you seriously.
I know this creature doesn't, but I know some actually do.
This is actually just a Fisher from the future. He's just grown.
Yeah.
He went back in
every time that present Fisher gets hit, like the future Fisher starts fading a little bit. It's like, what?
So eventually you have audience look at Fisher and say, well, sorry, man, if we kill you now, we don't have to kill it.
Which one is easier to kill? Past or future?
All right. Well, that's a dilemma.
That's a little dark.
Maybe I should consider giving you this at one point. Okay, so it's gonna come back and bite you in 10 levels. All right. So, Fisher, anything else?
Nope. I think that's gonna be it.
Okay. So, with Fisher done on this, we go back to the top of the initiative with Jorg.
Jorg is going to cast where'd he go? The Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Jorg.
that is dex save from him, the robot.
Actually, probably pretty good.
And Draken already confirmed that it now has a negative 1 to dexterity, so, as opposed to what a will-o-wisp gives, which I'm not going to say.
A plus 6 or
Fuckton?
6 or 7.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, no. Will-o-wisp have an incredibly high dexterity. I think it's +9, something like that.
Higher. Yeah.
So, all right. He rolled a 9 for its saving throw.
cool. It takes 8 radiant damage.
8 radiant damage. All right.
And then Jorg is gonna move to C3.
C3. All right.
Cool. That's my turn.
All right. You focused, you unleashed the sacred energy of your gods. God. Oh, that's an interesting thing. And for the first time, it works! You hit it! It's the first time since you entered this place that you actually hit with the spell.
It is the sin.
It's like, holy shit, it worked.
Wow! All right.
Jorg is like, damn, dude, like 12-foot statues, dude, no problem. But one sword, god damn.
Yeah. It's a lot bigger. It's a lot easier to hit.
All right. So, Jorg, the next one is audience.
All right. Odd is now getting the monster in the corner where he wanted it.
Good.
Hit it with advantage. No. Okay, come back on. There you go. Alright. Alright, well, that'll probably hit. Actually, I'll definitely hit. Yeah, both of those will. I just wasted all my good rolls. Alright, those will be, the rolls were 31 and 32.
Oh,
So,
yes, that is enough to hit.
Yeah. Alright.
I'm taking you rolled an 18 and a 19, something like that.
I did. Alright. I will hit it 4. 4 plus 5, right? That's what I'm hitting it for. Yes, 4 plus 5. So I will hit it for 9 damage.
All right. All right, your hit connected, and the creature has been slightly more damaged. Little chips of whatever material it's made of are peeling off. 19. So now we go to your opponent. All right. Well, yeah. Okay. That's an interesting point.
No, it's not.
They're not. You don't even know what I was thinking about. Okay. Goodness, sorry. Audience and Fisher, you are in a pristine place to notice this as this huge creature turns around and sets his focus on Fisher. Fisher and Audience, you do see that the damage you'd managed to do in the last round seems to be fading away. The rock seems to be growing back on him.
No.
All right. Fisher, it is turning around and trying to hit you. The first attempt is a 13. The second attempt is a 20. Unnatural 20.
I will use shield.
All right.
Well, my rolls are out of this world because on my reaction for Sentinel, I crit the thing as it tries to hit Fisher.
Oh goodness!
Damn.
And I will definitely pop a Divine Smite on that.
Oh yeah.
I'll see it start to heal. I'll be like, heal from this bastard.
Just as you see the creature try and hit Fisher, miss one, and the second time is Fisher managed to block this with his shield at the last moment. And just as you see this, you have this strike. I'm waiting to see how big of a flash it does.
Okay, that's 10. So that's going to be... So that's 20... So... oh no, the bonus doesn't double. So 5, 10, so 15, and then plus 7, 14. So 15, so 14, 15, so 29 plus another 14, 29. So 29, 39, 40, 43.
43! And you're just level 4. Good lord.
Not bad. Not bad.
No, I can't confirm. I can definitely confirm. Like, a paladin can easily hit that on a crit.
Oh
before
yeah,
level
no,
five.
no. All right. So just as you see your friend using one of his last bits of energy to protect himself from the blow, you use this moment of distraction to shove your sword in a unprotected place from his armor. You see light coming out of his joints, and Fisher, you are in the right place to see his eyes just flare up with sacred energy and then disappear, slightly smoldering. You get the feeling that this is not supposed to happen normally.
I didn't even see him in the list.
All right. Well, that was an interesting round.
Oh, I see it now.
All right.
I don't know if it's
That is it for now for him. Meaning the next one is Remy.
Raimi just blinks for a second, just like briefly distracted by the beauty. But just
The divine
like the shop
energy pumping out from Audion through his weapon and inside the exposed area of the enemy.
floor. It's like shakes his head. It's like right, a fight.
Right, we're in danger. Sorry.
And just like goes for another throw with the good boy. Which I know you went through the trouble of calling it the Bloodhound, but I just can't stop calling
Oh, that's
it the
all
good
right.
boy.
I really don't mind it. My things have been called far worse over the last 20 or so years of gameplay I have.
All right, yes, yeah, 21 will hit.
Yes.
Da-da-da. 6, 12. Oh, cool. A total of 18 piercing.
Oh.
I rolled 2 6s on the sneak attack die.
Oh, that's good. It's damaging, you know. All right.
And whistles it back to his hand. And Raby's feeling pretty safe where he is, and also apparently the best view for audiences' relentless attack. So he's just going to stay right there.
All right. So, the next one in the initiative is Fisher. As you have just been blinded by the light coming out of this creature's eyes, you are the only one who can actually hear some sort of painful scream coming from the creature. For everyone else, it just sounds like grinding metal.
Mm-hmm. Big surprise here. I'm gonna swing at it.
I am shocked. I did not see this coming.
Everyone
Yep,
gasped as
that's-
Goku goes for a punch.
26 to hit.
That is enough. Wow, you're rolling really high tonight before this battle.
Yeah. 12 damage. Well, yeah, bless helps.
With bless and advantage,
Also advantage.
he can even overcome Fishers.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Why is this completely... Okay, here it is. Okay. All right. So...
And This is when the creature decides to use its lair action.
Okay. So, as the initiative goes back to the top with Jorg, just as Jorg, you are about to react and do something, Fisher, you can hear. You're the only one who can actually hear this. But in the construct language, you hear structure compromised, activating countermeasures. And you start seeing flames coming out of all of his joints and sheeting his body with a fire shield.
The boss enters phase 2. The music changes.
A literal fire shield.
Yes, as in the fire shield spell.
That's not good.
For those watching who might not have understood what this creature was, it is a shield guardian, and it can store one spell of up to level 4 within him, and it activates either when its creator activates it or when a specific thing happens, and it happens as the
Good
creature.
news is we probably got it below half health.
It just said structure compromised. Well, only Fisher understood it. So,
Yeah.
All right,
I
George.
don't know if I
Watch
can
out,
credit
it's gonna
for...
blow up if we keep hitting it.
Jorg was about to keep hitting it, but
No, do keep hitting it.
do you keep hitting it? All right. He's going to keep hitting it. And he knows that water puts out fire, so he's going to throw an ice knife at it. And,
Okay.
Hit it, but not us with an ice knife?
I think so.
I mean, like, based on the current layout, I don't think that's possible.
5 foot.
Well,
If I hit it,
If he hits it,
because it's with a square, right? So it would
Well,
just be the...
yes. With the angle that you have, I'd say you can try because it's a 10-foot tall creature. So Fisher only hides from his feet to his waists. There's a column. So technically, I'd say it's sort of quarter cover, but there's no quarter cover, so it starts at half cover.
Actually, Dragon does make a good point. If you try to go like more for the head than the feet, then yeah, you can totally hit it without hitting Fisher audience.
mm-hmm.
I was thinking I have more control over where it went, so maybe I will not do that. Because
I mean, yeah, if you shoot it in the head, it won't reach.
Yeah, the
us.
blast radius won't be able to reach Fisher or audience if you go higher.
okay, yeah, and he'll go higher. Unfortunately, he'll only go higher with a 11.
To hit.
No, wait, 13. Yeah.
So you aim, unfortunately, its head just bobs behind the column as you fire the spell, and damn!
Still has to make a dex save.
What?
Still has to make a dex save.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
an ice knife.
Make a range spell.
Even if it misses, it
explodes.
It still blows up.
It poses dex save.
So
Oh,
what is
yeah.
your save DC?
It is 14. Oh, yeah.
I rolled a 14, minus 1. So
All
Right,
right.
then.
So at
Roll
least
ice
it
knife
still
damage.
takes 2d6, which is a 7 damage.
Nice.
all right. So for how much damage?
7 cold
Okay.
damage.
7,
Yeah, I see.
meaning it's
How the
all right. So you see the explosion of your spell just splash on the creature, but it feels like the flame absorbed part of the impact.
Not me.
Yeah, I was gonna wait till after the fact, but yeah, Fire Shield actually gives the affected creature resistance to cold damage.
Oh,
I kind of figured that from a real like out of game thought, but I didn't know if Jorg would. And I didn't know if
You
that was
see-
true or not.
Your problem, Avery, is
Oh.
you didn't think about Pokemon well enough that yes, water does beat fire, but fire does beat ice. It is not a water knife, it is an ice knife.
Yeah. And
Pokemon giving you life lessons.
he is going to also conjure a spirit totem, a unicorn totem
All right.
once again on E5. Nay.
All right.
He's just glad he didn't hit Fisher with that ice knife because he felt inspired for a minute there after that.
Fisher is also glad you didn't hit Fisher with that ice knife.
Yeah.
You know, he's gonna have enough of a problem taking damage every time he manages to hit the creature. So
Yeah.
All right. So the next one is audience.
All right, audience, following up on his powerful strike, will continue to powerfully strike with that. Apparently, yes, that will strike with a 16 plus the D4, so 18.
18 is enough to hit.
All right, and he will hit 4.
Slowly, surely, we'll figure out the threshold.
Not great. He rolled a 1, so he will only hit for 6
Aw. Minimum damage.
minimum, but he will still hit. It's still damage.
Yeah.
And how much does audience get hit for?
Yeah, probably about as much as he hit the construct.
Easily more.
Yeah, probably more than he was able to do.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, wrong dice. That is going to be more.
Audience doesn't know what Flame Shield does. So we're experienced.
I told you, this blows up.
Yeah, no, I was rolling with D6s. No, it's D8. Sorry. So you take 12 points of fire damage as your strike bursts and you are licked by these flames.
Okay. Audience will kind of recoil. He'll be like, it hurts to hit it now.
You
It's
hear...
This isn't how this is supposed to work, audience thinks. I hit you. And you hurt.
Pain.
Wait a minute, that's not how it works. When I hit you, I'm not supposed to hurt. So...
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna...
Yeah.
Audience will use... Because I don't think... Knowing me, I'm gonna take like the majority of the damage in this fight, so I'm just gonna use this now. I'll just use Turn the Tide to gain 1d6 plus 2 HP as a bonus action.
Okay.
I want to be in kill range. I gain 7.
Well, that's going to help a little bit.
Or less than kill range. So, there you go. Get myself at least back up to half HP. Alright.
The blood stops trickling from your body.
That would have been more scorch wounds, actually, I think. That was what put. So there wouldn't be a lot of blood.
Yeah, well, you know, it's turn to attack, so maybe it's going to be blood trickling from your
Yeah.
body. All right.
What do you mean? I only hit it for 48. It doesn't think I'm a threat.
Nah.
What?
Well, I admit it's not that smart, but when you roll a 19 on an intelligence roll, it does figure out that you're the most menacing thing in the room. So it's going to focus its attention on you.
That's unfortunate. As long as it doesn't hit me twice. It can hit me once. But it doesn't hit me twice. I should
It
be.
tries to hit you with a 18 and a 19.
Oh, no. The 19 hits.
Alright, 19 hits. So the first one, you manage to dodge out of the way, being very alert that this is gonna hurt bad. So you manage to avoid him. But unfortunately, you get caught by the second one, hitting you for 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow. Jorg, I need heals.
Yeah. I got you.
You have this message being conveyed to Jorg in a language that he can understand, and this message is, "Ow!"
I am mashing the I need healing button in my Overwatch game right now.
Okay, so we go down to Remy. What do you do as you hear audience say, "Ow!"
Raimi, from his safe distance, giving the very familiar shout, "Get away from him, you bitch!" and throws the good boy.
Okay. All right.
And dramatically so, because there's my nat 20 for the fight.
Oh! Alright, and I forgot to state that it regains hit points. Let's turn. Hit points was regained. Regains hit points, and we hear in the distance, "Oh shit!"
Good, because we need to burst it, so it's good that you're playing that for you.
Oh, Jesus, wow. 32 piercing?
Okay.
That was a good burst.
I no joke rolled 3 6s
That was
for
a
my
good
4
burst.
sneak attack die.
That is a very good hit.
This is what can happen when Remy and audience roll crits, and we roll high on our damage dice.
Yeah.
See, this is why I don't roll them. 'Cause I don't want to take them from you guys.
And, he sort of feel underappreciated when he sees how much damage you do and how much he can do at max.
Yeah, so the good boy, just I want to imagine in the exact moment where giving audience the hammer. So Grammy immediately throws the dagger right for the head, even though unfortunately this thing doesn't have a brain to pierce.
No, but you do hear a tong.
Okay. Then bonus action, return the bloodhound, and then end his turn.
You feel a sense of satisfaction as apparently you hear the calling. No, that's chaotic calling. Sorry. All right. So, next one in the initiative. Sorry, I got distracted. Fisher, it's your turn.
How's the contract looking after that 30?
There's bits and pieces are starting to fall off. It's starting to look like you are probably on the winning side of the battle.
Hey, if you want to count out mid,
Alright.
How much
count out.
blood you're gonna have left in your body, especially you, audience, you're not sure, but you're mostly sure you're gonna win the fight.
Okay. Alright, Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
You do have ways to hit it without hitting it, if you want to risk.
Yes, but I'd have to back up first.
Yeah, that would get rid of your advantage. That would not be a good idea.
Fisher's going to hold on to that advantage until
Yeah,
it goes down.
that's the other problem.
It's my advantage. Mine.
Plus, I think I have
My precious.
Marinade spell slot left. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with my great sword. Okay. I was like, maybe. No, but advantage is helpful. So that's 24 to hit.
Yeah, that is enough to hit.
What is...
What is that?
There's I don't know. Some weird tortured souls in here.
10 damage.
10 damage, alright. Alright.
Double ones. Double ones.
Anything else?
Nope, that's...
You sure you don't want to take a step back?
I mean,
Don't get rid of
it
my
still
advantage.
blows up. Right?
Yeah.
That would... Yeah. I don't want to get hit an extra time for no reason, so I'm gonna... Also, audience is much worse than I am, so I'm not gonna leave him out to dry like that.
Well, you might feel different right after this. So you hit it, and of course the splash of fire hits you back, and you get hit for 14 points of fire damage.
I said double ones, not double sevens. What are you
I will...
Wait, no, that's damn it.
Do I want to do that? That's not worth it. Never mind. Nope. Okay. 14.
You can take a 14.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but now he looks about as bad as you. So after hearing audience say, "Ah," you hear Fisher go, "Ah."
It burns so good.
My goodness, we're gonna have an orgy soon. Everyone's screaming. Oh no, sorry, it's pain. Sorry, I get them confused sometimes. So,
You got Rainey's hopes up, Draken.
Alright, whose turn is it? Is it my
well,
healer's
Fisher,
turn?
we go back to the top of the initiative.
It-
With Jorg. Fisher, however, you hear as this initiative starts, you hear the construct just say, okay, critical damage, sorry, let's go at this again. Core critical damage.
Oh, it's definitely self-destructed on us when we kill this thing. You know what?
We've almost got it.
So, as you can understand this, Fisher, something bad was hit inside of him. If it was audience, it would probably be something like a liver or, but for him, it's just...
Auxiliary fuel cell.
Secondary core. Huh? There's a first one? Jorg, what do you do? All you hear
Jorg.
is this grumbling sound of metal grinding.
Last time that happened, fire came out of it. But he's brave, so he's going to run over to E7 and cast a level 2 Cure Wounds on audience.
Yay. And we all gain 4.
Yep.
Yes.
So we all get 4, and you get 15 on top of that.
Oh my.
Hello.
Yeah.
Audience feels less in pain and is very appreciative.
You're welcome.
Have fun.
Suddenly,
Yep, that's-
suddenly his face, who has been battered by this battering ram-sized fists, become less red, and blood stops trickling from his nose.
You just see my nose like realign. It's just like broken. You just see it like
As he looks at
He's
you,
no longer.
as he looks at you and gives you the thumbs up, you can hear.
Rainey doesn't like that sound, but he is relieved that the face has been restored.
All right. Anything else,
No.
Jorg?
Not much. He's just gonna hide behind this pillar.
Now that I'm thinking about it, a dragonborn with a broken nose is way worse than a regular
that'd be like
person
his
with a
entire-
broken
Yeah,
nose.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Well,
it's kind of like saying that if Raimi has a broken nose, you know, it's like
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of problems there.
well, yeah. Hold on.
That's the whole face.
Let's see. Where are the image for the players? No, because I believe audience. I didn't place the image on those. Oh, that's too bad. I think the bronze dragon has a beak that is a bit curved toward the end. So it would be less bad for audience, but still very painful. All right, Jorg, which means audience, your next one.
Yeah, audience will, even though it hurt, he will continue to try and damage this creature.
He can take some.
Okay, that'll hit. So I'm just looking for a 20. I do not get a 20. I will still use my Divine Smite, though.
Okay. Try and finish this as soon as possible because it's starting
I
to
will.
sting.
Alright, that's a good start. That's
Life is starting to
13,
hurt.
18, 18, and 6 is 24. I will hit for 24 damage.
Damn.
Wow.
Well, it is definitely starting to buckle under the damage. Bits and pieces of the structure are falling. The armor on it is cracking a little. But you do get hit in return by the flaming shield for another 14 points of fire damage.
Ow.
What did we say about the double sevens?
Well, the first one I rolled a 6 and an 8. Now I actually really did roll 2 7s. My dice are nagging
Look,
you.
here's what you do. Here's what you do. You take part of the top of the 7, you shave it off, and then you
Oh,
place
wait,
it
do I still
underneath the
have-
7.
Oh wait, actually, I do have a bonus action. I can do more damage. I will. Where's my breath attack?
That's not a bonus.
Oh, that's a-
action.
No,
That's an action.
That's an action. That's not a
No,
bonus action.
yeah, it is an action. Dang it. Oh well, never mind. I can't
That would
find
actually
it
make
yet.
a breath weapon for Dragonborn at least good.
Usable. Yeah.
Yeah, can we actually talk about please making the breath weapon a bonus? Because
You could always get some of those Xanathar feeds.
it is so trash. It's an act.
Well, I did tell you that at
Hot
one point you would.
You'll get nothing but hot takes like these ones on
Yeah.
Drakenmemoria.
Hot garbage.
I did tell you that at one point you would meet my other type of Dragonborn, and I would give you a possibility to update your race if you want. It's gonna hurt like hell, and there might be a quest behind it, but you will be able to do this.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna go evolve.
Some
Just
genetic
disappears.
modification.
Audience disappears.
All right. So, well, since audience is the one dealing the most damage, it's gonna use you as its chew toy.
I think I really should hit Fisher. So I can hit it again.
Well, you know, considering that in total you are responsible for almost half of the hit point it lost, it considers you the most dangerous thing in the room.
I think you did more damage with that one attack than I have yet.
In the entire dungeon.
and the only other person doing equivalent damage is too far away.
Yeah. No.
All right.
That
So,
is fair. I will take it.
audience,
Don't hit me twice, please.
it turns toward you, and you have this moment of, I just hit you, and then you see this fist coming right at you, and you have the moment of, oh, not again. The first one swings at you with a 19, and the other one
That
with a
hits.
21.
Yeah, I might be
Oh.
knocked out. I'm gonna be knocked out probably.
Depends on how bad or good it rolls.
No, there's almost no way. He'd have to roll like min damage for me not to be knocked out.
All right, you get hammered left and right. The first one almost knocks you out, but the second one most definitely knocks you out. As in total, you get hit for 24 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright, yeah, I'm knocked out.
Ow.
So you.
It's okay. I was out of divine smites anyway, guys.
So you see audience take the first hit, and you see this splash of blood, and then the second hit comes. It just rams into him, right on the ground. And as it lifts its fist, audience is not moving anymore.
No, Fisher, your advantage.
Oh man. I'll have to take
That's
a
the only
Wait, no,
reason that's bad.
Jorg is there though. Jorg
Yeah,
can
Jorg-
provide advantage.
Oh, Jordan's just gonna hop in there.
But that's one turn without advantage.
That's all I need.
Fisher, I need you to finish this thing off.
Go ahead, and don't forget, you see bits and pieces growing back on him. So it is in better shape than it was just before it pummeled audience into the ground. Quite literally.
I mean, I got it so low for you, Fisher. I hit it for another
So
24.
the next one is Remy.
You know what? At least one of you is still up.
Let me please.
I only need one of you to be there. As Raimi, really upset, throws the dagger again.
You get this moment of
I'm actually gonna need to roll the d4 for this one.
Let
oh,
me please.
Okay, yeah, okay, I know this hits for an 18.
yes, it
God.
does hit.
Let me please.
Oh, I'm gonna put the d20 back down because I wish I could roll a d20 off of a dagger.
Just a D20, goddamn.
Maybe one day, you know.
Oh god. 13 piercing.
All right. Well, that's easy to calculate. All right. It is still up. It is having difficulty maintaining itself. It is holding on to the pillar as it slowly turns toward Fisher. But Fisher, it is actually... unless, Remy, you want to move?
Give
I don't
the
think
man
there's really anywhere
advantage,
that-
Remy. Give
I
the
don't think.
man.
I'd actually is there actually any place I can go where I would give advantage, or because I don't think there's like a physical location for him to go.
You could go to G8. You could jump over my body.
Or you can go to F6.
Oh, if you'll give it to him on F6, like I'll.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. It has to be... Yeah, you'd have to jump over audience's broken and bleeding body.
Do it, Remy.
You know,
Shield me with your feathers.
this pile of bloody meat on the ground.
You know, okay. You know, I will. Because of actually how traumatic that is, I'm going to roll a wisdom save for Raimi. And if it rolls high enough, he will find the courage to move to that location. And surprisingly, Raimi has grown quite sizable balls over the last 6 seconds.
You feel your
Raimi
balls
realizing-
swelling inside of you.
We need to go to the doctor for that one.
Yeah, that's
Like- Raimi just looking over at audiences, like flailing body, but looking to Fisher, like realizing that no, he needs my help too. And he dashes over to get into position, ready to help Fisher, maybe hopefully take this creature down.
All right. As you walk over, just for fun, there's not going to be any penalty, but make a dexterity roll as you're walking over audience's body.
Please don't
Trip
say
over
anything.
him, fails a death save.
Please don't.
No, it's more a psychological thing than game penalty.
That'll be a 17.
All right, that's good enough. As you walk, you
Yeah, you asked a rogue to make a dex save.
No, I know, but you see audience's body unmoving, blood spilling out, and you jump over him, and as you move right past him, you do hear the back of your feet go as you move forward. You did walk into the blood of audience that is slowly filling out his 5 foot by 5 foot square.
Fisher, you can now see Ramey's face. You know he doesn't look great.
He looks like a wet dog. All right.
I need that.
Fisher, it's your turn.
Let's go, Fisher.
Okay. I will swing at thing.
Go ahead, swing a thing. I couldn't help but think about do.
Uh-oh. That's not great.
Uh-oh.
Vantage. Vantage.
Yes, I am aware.
Fisher. Plus the D4s, Fisher.
Fisher is back.
Might do
Please.
it. That's 16 to hit.
Unfortunately,
Damn.
you throw yourself at it and you miss.
I rolled a 4 and a 5.
Fisher, we put so much faith in you.
Yeah,
So,
that's because I was wasting all of my advantage rolls were both good.
so right now you know that is the AC of the monster is either 17 or 18. All right. Well, Fisher, what a disappointment. All right, we go back to Jorg.
Healer Jorg. Hey, Jorg,
All right.
yeah, get money.
Yeah, Jorg.
From your perspective, what happened was that you bent over and you healed audience, and then immediately after you saw 2 punches going.
Yeah, he was debating going in for a fight, but after seeing that, he's gonna use a level 2 cure wounds and stay behind the pillar.
All right.
Oops, I hit the wrong one. But level 2 for a total of a 15 plus 4 for everyone.
Hey.
So, audience, you wake up and. Oh, I saw my god. That was nice and not good at the same time.
I mean, it just looks at us like, you guys didn't finish the fight? Like, come on.
Oh man, it's still there.
Guess it's
You know,
my
audience-
turn again.
I guess I want to mention just like it's like what you didn't finish the fight, but then he turns toward Fisher. It's like, oh, right.
Right,
Sorry.
right.
So, audience, you look at yourself, you look at the creature, and you know there is a high chance that if you hit, you're gonna go back
creature's
down.
I mean, at least the creature turned towards Fisher, so maybe it'll stay at Fisher.
It'll still blow up at
Nope.
you.
Well,
Nope.
I don't.
Because I'm gonna use lightning breath.
I don't want to disappoint you, but if you're not there, the other one that's made the most damage is Remy. So,
Fair enough.
and now it's right behind it.
Alright, I am gonna use my lightning breath on it, since I think it's my turn.
Okay.
I just wake up and it happens to be my turn in combat.
Yes, it is your
'Cause
turn
I
in
go-
combat.
Wait, isn't it the construct's turn?
No, it's
No,
Jorg,
No.
audience.
No, it's audience
Construct.
then the
because you
construct,
woke
then
me
the-
up
Oh yeah,
before my round
Yeah.
of combat.
I remember that.
It's my turn again. So
Yeah.
it has to make a DC 12 damage save. Dex DC 12.
Ah, the world doesn't like you. I rolled 13, minus 1, 12.
So it succeeds or doesn't succeed? No, it doesn't.
It succeeds.
Saves. Yeah, saved. Okay, so it takes half damage from 2d6. So, come on, baby.
Haha, your
Unless
turn
it
to
has
take
the
elemental
vulnerability to
damage.
lightning damage.
Well, 6. Good first roll. 4. That's 10. So, it at least takes 5 lightning damage.
As you open your mouth and unleash this fury of elements, you think to yourself, it's your turn to take elemental damage, you bastard.
Unfortunately, I don't think it was low enough that 5 will knock it out.
No. No.
Maybe a Fisher would hit it. But
Imagine some blood came out
I'm
with the lightning.
sorry.
Alright, so it is again the turn of the creature. It regains a little bit more hit point. And I'm almost out of place. My column is almost full on my page. What will I ever do? Alright, so
Alright, guys, come on. Next round. I believe next round we can kill it.
Alright, now it has a dilemma. The two person who have hit him the most are right next to him. So I believe it's going to try and hit each of you once.
Alright.
So, first one is for Remy with a 14.
Raimi nimbly dodges out of the fist range.
I assume this one's going to be a crit. I just am expecting a crit at this point.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no!
I'm expecting it. I predicted it. It was coming.
I am so very sorry.
It
So,
was coming.
Remy nimbly dodges out of the blow, and you are surprised at how nimble he was on this. Do you want to try and sentinel hit the monster as it tries to hit Remy?
Yes, I do. Because I think I'm getting knocked out anyway, so I don't think it really matters. Maybe I'll hit it for for a crit and kill it before it can hit me. I didn't. I did hit it though. Is there even a chance I could kill it with max damage?
What is your max damage?
13.
You doubt it?
Ah, that's unfortunate. I hit it for 12, so it was close. If you'd said 13 will kill it, I'd hit it for 12, I would have been a little upset.
Then it is a good thing I didn't say this. Alright, and in return, you get licked by flame for 11 points of fire damage.
No, I'm just I'll put myself at 0 now. You know, I know it won't kill me because it won't do over 56 damage on a crit, but
Didn't you have? Oh right, because
I'll put myself at 0. I think it's
Well-
doing more than 8.
Unless it only rolls ones.
Yeah, it would have to, I guess, roll ones. I guess if it rolls ones, there's a
Double
chance.
ones. Double ones.
Quadruple
ones, I don't know.
there's a 1 on each dice, but there's also 5 other dots on each of the dice. So,
Yeah, not even. So I think what 20.
it's a maximum damage hit, so it's 28 points of bludgeoning damage.
Well, luckily in this version, you only go down to 0. You don't go down to negative. So
Yeah, but with that big of a hit, Remy, you felt so good about dodging this blow, and then you see the other one coming, and you see the splash of blood coming from audience, just going on the
Audience just
walls,
gets sent
on the,
back into
on
the
the columns. George, you even get a little bit of blood on you.
let
Oh,
It's just
die.
embedded in the wall.
Just let me die. The pain.
okay. That felt good. Not for you, but the laugh was
You know
nice.
what? I hit it for another 12. Please, guys. Got it.
Remy, it is your turn.
Just kill it.
Don't tell me what to do.
Oh God!
Remy,
I've done so much.
audience's blood is everywhere, including on the walls, on the column, a bit on you, because you're right next to him.
Audience does not look good.
He's,
Audience looks battered.
he's starting to look like ground meat.
Hold on a second. I mean, I wish I didn't waste this on a courage roll, but amazingly, Remy steals his resolve. Like, no, we will not go down today. And now, Draken, I'm going to disappoint you a little bit, because Remy is going to throw his dagger.
Okay.
So normally this would be a disadvantage, but because of like how things
Yes. Yeah,
it
I know.
neutrals out to a regular roll,
Yeah.
and you also don't get to hit me with fire shield.
You aim at its head and
All right, yeah, that's already a 15 on the die, so that's hitting.
okay.
All right.
So I think it's the same rules apply. You know, building
Yeah.
the farm, don't do your slap.
For 14 piercing damage.
All right. You get the feeling that you struck something that is vital inside of it because it stumbles for a few moments, but at the last moment it catches itself up and rights itself again. It is
Fisher, you have a chance.
Fisher.
Remy looks over to Fisher.
Don't
It's like,
put this on me.
you got this. It's like, no, Remy says it. It's like Remy looks to you with determined eyes. It's like, you've got this, little buddy. I believe in you.
Audience's unconscious state, bloodstream from that just goes, oh.
I'm gonna die.
Please, Fisher. Fisher.
Fisher. Go, Fisher. Go. It's your turn.
George's just peeking out from behind his
Quick,
column.
Ultra Instinct Fisher, unlock.
This is gonna be so bad. That's cocked. Okay.
Thank goodness.
Oh. So, one of them was a 1, but luckily, the other one is a 19. So 28
It is enough to hit.
less.
Do it, Fisher.
We believe in you.
So when I first rolled them, the first one was a 1, and the other one was balanced.
Thank God for
On
cocked
a
dice.
4 or an 11. I was like, that could have been okay. 2d6. What? Good damage numbers. That's 10 damage.
10. 10 enough.
As you hit it, of course, you get hit back by the return of fire, causing you 9 points of fire damage. but it stumbles. And is there a particular way you would want to finish this creature?
Hey!
Fisher gets a killing blow, guys.
Woo!
After I did
Everyone
42 and 24.
Everyone
in the
silent.
first-
We need.
Yeah, guys.
No,
Yeah, it was,
this is an occasion. Hold on. Go on, Fisher. Please.
it was all me.
Hold on.
I just want to come at it from like the back of its knee and just cleave all the way through its leg, and then so it falls over, and one of the legs is just standing there, like still standing up, and then the rest of it topples
All right, so
away from audience.
Yeah, I was like, you want to topple it on the burning construct? You want to topple on me, huh?
So Fisher, you go at it and you take advantage of this moment where Remy managed to make it stumble by the blow it took. You take advantage of the fact that it's leaning on one leg to rebalance itself, and you just hit it, go right up that leg, cut the joint, and you see the creature just go on one of the wall, and you see the life going out, and it starts sliding, falling right next to Remy, who is watching this, and the bloody fist of this creature. And then there's audience.
Just Jorg, please.
Yeah.
Jorg can heal him.
Okay, you do have something left. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So right now, audience look like heavily tenderized meat.
Yeah. Jorg's probably gonna do a level 2 cure wounds on him. For 7 plus 4. And then I guess the level 1 cure wounds as well.
Oh shit.
All right.
For
Does that
8
mean the
plus
rest
4.
of us get 8?
8.
Yeah.
Yup.
So you pump
Oh, I'm back up to half health.
restoring energy back into audience. Audience, this is the first time in your life that you've been so heavily tenderized.
Audience, as you wake up, you just cutting to Raimi on top of this armor, taking his good boy and just like slashing its metallic remains over and over, stabbing and slicing.
Alright.
As you come back to awareness, audience, you see Jorg pumping healing energy back into you. You see Remy just on top of the creature, just going, and you see Fisher still holding his sword up. I killed it.
I did it.
Audience will give you a thumbs up. Good job.
Hey.
I always believed in you.
Yeah.
Roll
You're
deception.
welcome.
Roll deception.
I didn't mess it up.
You know, my gods were trying to take me. They told me it was my time to go, but I told them no. I said no. Fisher will finish the fight.
Okay, deception at disadvantage.
Well, my insight's really bad. Also, because I totally forgot to use this during the fight, I will use second wind to get back 12 hit points.
What are you at, by the way?
Me?
Yeah.
I am now at 44 out of 46.
After
you're
the
fine.
healing and the second...
What is everyone at? Is everyone?
That spirit totem is pretty good.
So can I use most? Can I use most of my healing on me? Then?
Raimi
No.
looks in pristine condition.
Okay.
I mean, he is obviously very flustered, and there's a lot of feathers flying around as he just continues to madly stab at this metallic
Well,
armor. But
actually,
he's okay.
actually, audience, Remy looks pretty bloodied, but you realize after a moment it's mostly your blood.
I will use my last 10 points of my lay on hands on myself then and go back up to 34.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hit it all.
Well, we're not done. Because we still have to go figure out what the thing was that ran through the door. Probably the maid. But
Yeah.
oh, I
you-
will
around
mention
here
the
first?
presents, by the way. I will now mention the present. I'll be like, so the realized why I ran to the door at the beginning of that fight was besides to set up an advantageous situation for us to combat the construct
Sure.
was listen, without those advantages that fight could have been a lot worse. Don't
Yeah, that.
It was all part of your god's plan, you know.
Yeah. It's because I sensed an evil presence behind the door. When I got to the door, there was a barrier, but I also saw a doorway on the other side with something that had just entered it. So there's definitely an evil presence that probably had sent the construct on us. Set the construct on us. And was trying to get away.
Well, I wouldn't say set it on us. What it said when we entered was that it is the third security measure after the animated armors and weapons being the first and the crossbow bolts being the second. So yeah,
Alright.
it
Well,
it is a defensive measure that figure must have had the password for. I'm not sure it was controlling it. It's just
okay.
knows. Yeah.
Well, let's go see if the barrier is down.
All right. You gather yourselves up, remove a bit of the blood on you that's magically been returned inside your body.
Does everyone eventually get Ramey's attention? Because he's still going at that armor.
Remy, I think it's dead. Fisher killed it, like I always knew he would, because I believed in him.
I mean, it's not a bad idea to.
Yeah.
Double tap.
There's killing it, and then there's making sure it'll take longer to rebuild.
Did they do that? They just rebuild.
Well, it was rebuilding itself while we were
Good.
fighting it.
That's a good point.
Right.
I assume, taking a look at it, does it seem to have stopped that?
Yes, it does look like it is completely inert.
Ramey, hearing audience's voice, looks really happy and just like jumps onto him and hugs him dearly.
Audience will take her and be like, "For the dragon." Give him like a look, like I'm still here. We're okay.
Audience,
Ramey nods and you hear in your own voice, "For the dragon."
there's echo. Audience, it's like being hugged by a feathered pillow.
Soft.
All right, so you
After a night with a really bloody nose.
man, audience, you really like it rough during your nights.
Okay, didn't need to take it.
So, as you gather yourselves and go toward the door, as you open the double door, you do notice that the barrier is not there anymore.
I'll say, Remy, anyone want to go first to scout out if there are any more traps, or?
Like you said, Remy, and then anyone. Like,
Listen, I know where the party lies and who's good at what.
Yeah, like since apparently as I realized, Remy has not used any spell slots today. He will transfer a spell slot into his lantern and start making his way down the hallway, looking for any other chicanery.
All right. All right.
Jorg will cast guidance. and
Make
help
an
you out.
investigation roll with the advantage of your lantern. And Jorg, you said you go with Remy to bless him. Is that it?
Yep. Give him some guidance.
All right, that's already a pretty good roll. All right, that's the worst roll, so putting that one away. So that will be... No, I guess I'll roll the d4 too. Okay. So that will be a total of 24.
24. All right. So you start moving through the to this long hallway. It's about a 90 feet long hallway. And as you move, you do notice that there seems to be indentations in the walls, but it feels like there used to be something there, and now it's not there anymore. Other than that, you do notice, once again, footsteps in the dust. It does look like humanoid, most likely human, half-elf, half-orc, something like that. And judging from the distance between each step, it was very relaxed as it walked through this hallway. Other than that, you really don't find anything else.
Remy gives the okay sign behind him and moves forward. And, just because of like what literally happened not even a minute ago, Remy is going to, once again, as he gets closer to this door, maybe about 20 feet away,
Okay.
just send the mage hand over just to see if it'll open.
Alright, so as everyone moves inside this hallway, Remy, completely at the other side, uses his mage hand to open up the door, and the door opens without problem. A large double door. You do notice that there is light in the room ahead of you.
Alright, let's go see if anyone's in there, I guess.
Alright. So, you all gather up and enter. You let someone enter first. You start singing in the corridor. I don't know.
Real quick.
Yep.
Audience, you picked up the mace, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
He has now.
Just making sure.
Audience, if he hasn't, we'll go back and grab the mace.
I mean, to be fair, he dropped the mace in the exact same place where he was pummeled into the earth. So I feel like
Yeah.
it might have just got stuck in his back.
Yeah. It's stuck to him with some blood.
You find the mace, embedded between two tiles of marble and a decent amount of blood in it. So that's what was hurting in my back when I was being pummeled into the ground.
Still shining with a radiant brilliance, though. 20 feet of light.
Yeah. So you take your mace.
It's really lighting up my corpse in all its glory.
All right. So you catch up with the group, and so do you enter the room all at once, one after the other? Start singing in the corridor? Throw marbles inside the room? I don't know.
I mean,
Remy will cautiously enter the room first, and when I say cautiously, I mean taking the dodge action as he enters.
Okay. And what about the rest?
I guess we'll follow Remy.
All right.
Yeah.
So Remy
Yeah.
enters first, and everyone else follow just behind. So you enter this room. It is a very large room. There are a few steps, maybe 70 feet in front of you. There are small steps. The room does feel like it's supposed to be the living quarter of a gnome. The ceiling is barely 2 feet higher than audience. So audience, you raise your hand and you can sort of touch the ceiling. But the place is well lit. There is a large desk right on top of the stairs. A few columns on the side. There are some bookshelves. But one thing that you do notice, Remy, as you enter, the bookshelves are empty. At the back of this room, you see also a very large mirror, just behind the desk. And just as you enter, we're going to take our break for tonight. You knew it was coming, you know, it's 12:15. But as you might have guessed, something's going to happen, and it's not this weirdo. All right, so we're going to take our break. We're going to be back in hopefully as close to 10 minutes as possible. So go back
See you guys in 10.
Exactly. Wipe the blood off your body. See you in 10 minutes. Bye. Aha, welcome back everyone. So, I hope you had time to wash off the blood, because we're going back in. Right, I need to do this. Apparently, audience is running right past Jorg again. So, yeah, we could hear it. That's why I said it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
The train is here again.
No, I don't mind it that much. You know, we're not hearing the beep. So I really don't mind the train. It's good. All right. Besides, I like trains. So, all right. So you all enter this room, and Remy, just a few steps in front of everyone, and audience, Jorg and Fisher, all entering the room. And behind this chair, that's behind the desk that is in front, you do see this silhouette just rising slowly. And as you all enter the room, everyone makes a Constitution saving throw.
What was that?
Ooh, a nat
17.
20. Not a very exciting nat 20.
I mean, improbable, but I also rolled a nat 20.
All right.
I rolled a 17.
17.
13.
All right.
But I guess if you're looking for a total, I think that's a 23 for me.
Okay. So,
Yes,
Oh,
23.
yeah. I would have a 24.
okay. So, as you enter this room, you take one moment. Oh, that's a weird. All right. It's just my autocorrect deformed the word that I wrote.
Oh, also,
Yes.
Jorg, because you cast guidance earlier, Bless is no longer active.
Oh,
Anyway, I think Bless. How long does this? It's how long does Bless work?
It's only a minute.
Only a
1
minute.
minute. So it'd probably be.
By the time
far
you
enough
all
to
gathered
assume.
yourself and walked up the corridor, it would have been.
I mean, I was just confused by a roll of 24. It's just like, how high is your Constitution?
It is
It's an 18.
insane.
Yeah.
He has the highest constitution of the group.
He's the.
Apparently, I never looked at that figure.
Yep.
Yeah, he's fit.
Oh,
Alright.
yeah.
So, you make one step and you all hear this, and there is this green and yellow mist that fills the entire area just before the steps. And audience and Fisher, you both... well, Fisher...
Wait, is this poison?
That's what I'm going to say. You get advantage on your roll.
Okay. Cool.
Damn, 17 was a
That is also a natural 20.
Damn, so only audience gets
25.
affected by this.
and a 17 wasn't enough. That's
Why didn't you roll a nat 20, dude? The rest of us did.
to be honest,
After all that
to be-
healing
to
I
be
put
honest-
into you.
To be honest, I thought 17 would be enough.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, there is a reason behind all of this, and which you will learn very soon. So basically, audience, it's probably because of all the coming back to life, then getting pummeled and coming back to life. Your lungs haven't finished recovering completely, you know. So you're the only one who starts coughing and hacking and can barely move. However, immediately after, you all feel this force coming over you, and everyone needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, well,
Oh.
maybe I'll roll higher on this.
Well, would have liked to save the damn 20 for this one.
I did not.
Hey, that's perfectly normal, meaning it's not going to be any good. 12.
Okay, audience? 8? Okay.
Jordan got a 14.
Okay, Remy?
19. I'm rocking these wisdom saves.
Yeah.
All
Or
right.
I usually call them courage saves, but whiz too.
And then you all make a second wisdom saving throw.
What is happening?
There's a whole lot of things happening all at once.
My rolls,
17!
My rolls
Damn.
keep getting worse and worse. We're down to a 6.
It's because you're coughing and hacking, and it's...
Jordan got a 16.
All right, Remy?
The train continues with a 23.
Good lord.
So close to that second net 20.
Damn.
All right, so as you're all assailed by all of these magical energy all at once, audience starts coughing and hacking as this mist covers everything. Jorg, Fisher, and also audience, suddenly everything starts to go slower. It's like trying to push through a solid mist or something. And then finally, when the last magical energy grabs all of you, and fortunately, Remy, the first one, you didn't roll high enough. You are all hit at for the last one as you... your body just suddenly just starts to seize up. And you're all stuck like this. And then you all just go right up, smashing on the floor, on the ceiling. Sorry. All in this position that you were when you were coughing, as if you'd been taken by a hold person spell and then slammed on the ceiling. Fortunately, the ceiling is just 9 feet high, so it's just under the threshold of you having to actually roll for damage.
Audience's feet literally just goes up. Its head's already there.
But you all look like these figurine that someone just let fall on the ground, just in a weird position, but on the ceiling. And you hear this voice coming from behind the desk. My God, that was interesting to watch. Not very impressive, but interesting nonetheless. And you see this silhouette just walk beside the desk. pushes the chair, and you see it just slide a bit, then fall, and it looks human or half-elf. However, on his robe, you see in very large the emblem of the hunter god.
Oh, that's unfortunate for us. Is it the same guy as before, or a different
You've
guy?
never seen him before, but with his demeanor, the way that he walks and how relaxed he is, especially you, I'd say Remy and Jorg, this is unsettling. He is not even slightly afraid of what might happen, even though there's 4 of you and 1 of him.
We are out of spells and everything.
I mean, I waited for you for so long. You gave me so much time to prepare. It felt like a waste to just leave these trapped inside the hallway just before. So I just gathered them up, made sure that I could at least convey this small message. I was so intrigued at this group. How were you able to avoid our hunters? And then I realized by watching you, it's just luck. But
It's not luck.
You gave me so much time.
They just really suck. You gotta find some better people.
Oh, don't
Also,
worry.
technically, luck is a skill.
Don't worry.
That
We
some
will
are quite
find.
bad at.
Don't worry. We will find someone to train them a little better. I think you have a friend which would be very helpful for this. Your monk friend. I'm sure he would make very interesting chew toys for our new recruits. We'll just let him call out the weak. And, well, if he dies, we'll just bring him back and let him go through the cycle again. That should prove interesting.
Audience is silently struggling. Actually, yeah.
You can all make another wisdom saving throw. He's been speaking for a while. A lot of these spells, you are...
I mean, was the whole person the second or third save?
the third. The second save. Old person is the second save. You rolled a 19 for that one.
And then the third save,
Slow.
I'm not.
You resisted slow.
I was okay. I was confused by the order of the saves. So it's like, oh, okay.
No,
if
in
you
order
rolled a
it was
19,
Stinking
that's-
Cloud, Old Person, and Slow, and then the last one was an award. It was whomever is in front of you that cast it. So,
All right. Well,
Jorg,
If you have
Drug 8.
Fisher,
12.
audience,
12.
Remy.
I'm very nervous about this save. So, like, does the soft 20 get there now?
Yes, it does actually. You can slowly start feeling your limbs move again. You can move, but you do all have to make another Constitution saving throw as you're still stuck inside this cloud.
Ooh.
Does Stinking Cloud...
It's poison, so you have resistance to poison.
If I don't have to breathe, does it still do something?
No, actually, Stinking Cloud is something that you'd need to breathe.
Well then, never
Right.
mind then.
So, Jorg,
George only got a 6 this time.
Remy,
Yeah, 5.
audience 5.
21.
21. All right, Remy, you
Oh, no.
manage to succeed, not starting to cough so heavily from this mist. However, audience and Jorg, you are unable to do anything. Not as if you actually could, but and last one, the slow saving throw. Wisdom
That's
again.
wisdom, right?
Yeah.
6.
10.
Oh, nat 20.
Oh,
I'm not slow.
You are now fat.
so
I am
you are
fast at
no
coughing
longer
now.
coughing in slow motion. It's no longer. And Remy, since you succeeded the slow, you don't have to do it. Alright, so you start regaining a bit of your abilities and said, well, I had a lot of fun watching you. Surprisingly, the only one who could actually see me was that worm pet you had, and it went back right to you, farm implement. And he points to your toward you, Fisher, when he says that. It just looked at you. I think it was trying to tell you something, but you just couldn't understand. It was very interesting, very entertaining, but unfortunately, I really can't stay any longer. It really was a pleasure for me.
Throw his dagger.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, just like, no, the minute he can start beginning of feeling his body again, no. Oh, God. That'll be 17 to hit.
You throw the dagger, and he nimbly just steps aside. And you see a dagger. You do not disappoint! I am proud of this. Unimpressive, but not disappointing. Well, I think I'll ask the remainder of my cult to bring to the den the monster that you just destroyed. It's just amazing, and he takes an amulet. I really want one. I'm gonna tell them to rebuild it. But for now, I think I'm gonna leave you with this. You are so unimpressive that I believe you're not worth my time anymore. Quite honestly, you're just not worthy praise. He pockets the pendant. Oh, sorry, yes, I believe I have to. And he just snaps his finger, and you all fall to the ground. You can start moving again, and the cloud slowly starts to dissipate. Oh, just one more thing before I leave. And he looks at you, audience.
Uh-huh.
I have something for you. He turns around and looks at the mirror. And in the mirror, you see yourself for a moment.
Okay.
I think you're gonna enjoy this. Come on, come out.
Shit.
And you
Feel like I won't.
you see yourself walking toward the edge of the mirror and coming out, but as it comes out, it turns from your brassy color to a blue color. It's a very interesting mirror. He looks at the creature, he gives it an orb. You know, try not to get yourself killed. It was hard getting this mirror. As for you, well, I just don't care whether you live or not. So, bye. He touches the mirror, breaks another orb, and he just... And the mirror goes with him. Audience, what is in front of you also looks like a paladin, but it's a blue dragon descendants. It's a female. She, just like you, has a very regal look. She's walking slowly toward you. So, this is why I have been summoned, huh? Yes.
Do you serve the hunter cult?
I couldn't care less about their thing. But I'm here for you. Let's see whose god is the best.
Oh, okay, so I'm just having religious wars now. Okay, cool.
She takes a satchel behind the desk and throws it at you.
Okay, I will catch it.
She doesn't try to make it an attack or anything. So you just catch it, and I just want to make sure that when you lose, you know you lost while you were at your best. You open it, there are healing potions and small glass globe, like the same one that you just destroyed like this. Which, of the group, you are the only one who knows their stored magical energy. She's giving you a chance to completely restore your resources. Hit points and magical resource. There are 3 orbs in it. Whenever you break one, it restores 1 spell slot.
I'll turn.
Unfortunately, they're a suppository.
I'm very confused right now. I'm like, first off, before we even fight, I at least would wish to know which god you serve and who I am fighting against.
Oh, it's simple. The mirror creates an opposite. Whomever god is the sworn enemy of your god, that is my god.
Oh, that's so you're not even really a person? Are you a mirror or a person?
I was one
Yes.
until I walked out, then I became the other.
I
You're
look at-
aware of that, and you're not having an existential crisis right now?
She looks at you. Well, at least I know I'm alive.
I'll turn to the others. I'm like, what do you think? Should I like? This is just kind of weird. Like, I'm always one for one-on-one combat, but I'm fighting a mirror.
You're fighting a mirror of yourself. The exact opposite. She is Blue Dragon Descendants, which is your
Yeah.
natural draconic enemy, you could say.
Yeah.
Natural draconic opposite. She has the same
she-
equipment as you, except she's wearing armor. And she has the same weapons as you.
I mean, up to you, my guy. That's... If you want to do the whole honor thing, friggin' go for it. Otherwise, we could just smash this mirror.
I mean, I'm not.
The
I'm
mage
just
took
not
the
sure-
mirror with him.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what I'm gaining from fighting besides the. This is.
I mean, you're
You're the one that's all
warding a
about
follower
honor and stuff.
enemies of your god's enemy.
I am, but to me, this is just like.
But yeah,
Doesn't, I mean, I guess
Is it really
audience looks unsure, but he will. I guess.
If she's telling the truth, she is the champion of the sworn enemy of your god.
I will kind of. I'll send out a prayer to my god. I'm like, should I? I'll send out a prayer because I'll kind of grip my head and I'll be like, I'll be like, should I take on this challenge? Is this challenge deemed worthy by you? Let's see if I feel any sign.
Okay. Make a wisdom roll. Well, actually, because you're paladin, I could allow it to be a charisma roll.
I
you have any-
rolled a nat 20, which I just wasted
Oh,
for the
okay.
combat. So, but I'm very strong.
You wait for a moment, and you feel this something that is completely torn inside of you. Just, should I or should I not? And
Do it.
you get a feeling that you have to.
Okay.
You're not being
Well,
strong-armed into, but you do get the feeling that this would please your god. And you even have a little scripture that comes back into your mind. Whenever the champion of a god makes a great deed, accomplishes a great deed, the god receives a boost of power from it. Killing the champion of your god's enemy would mean taking energy away from whichever god this is and giving it to your god temporarily.
All right, very well. I'll drink how many potions did she give me?
She gave you 3 standard healing potion.
Okay, I will drink 1, which is I don't know that's 2d4 or 1d first.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Okay, let's see I want to see how many. Roll. Roll. 7, 9. Okay, so I need 9. 43, and then I'll drink the second one. I have to. Yeah, and then that'll get me back to full. I will give the third one over to Rami. I will hand him the third one. I'll be like, for you, Rami, as you were my second in terms of if I fall as a champion. As you were the other one, champion of the dragons. Your second.
Audience, is this going to be one of those honor things where we can't step in or you'll be mad?
Yes, you cannot step in.
Up to when?
Up to you can't step in.
What if I turn into a horse so you can have a steed?
Then his head is gonna be scraping on the ceiling.
Yeah.
It's
already kind of scraping.
If I get knocked unconscious, I can't really stop you from stepping in, but I will not be happy.
Okay.
Alright, so those don't go away, but I will pop the 3 orbs and get my spell slots back. So she's an exact copy of me, so she has 48 HP. Okay.
As far as you can say, she looks exactly like you. She is built like a wall. She looks fairly dexterous. She looks fit. It's hard to tell.
Armor than me, though.
It's hard to tell about intelligence, but from the way she speaks, she does look slightly more eloquent than you. Wisdom, well, and charisma, well, she does have a regal look, so you do feel like she might equal you in the presence that you have inside a room.
Alright, I will walk out, shield, sword ready. I will ready to attack as an action and say, come at me whenever you are ready.
Did you use the spell slot things?
I did use the spell slot things. The only thing I did gain back is my, I did not gain back my lay on hands, because you gain that back through a long rest.
Alright. She takes out shield and sword, as this is what you took. And alright, so you're letting her attack first, is that it?
Oh, I readied an attack, to be fair, for when she steps into my thing, but I also said come at me whenever.
Baiting her.
I'm baiting her in.
Since this is a duel, I'd say let's roll initiative every round, because it's a duel.
Okay. My first initiative.
Since you both have the exact same dexterity, it's basically whomever rolls highest on the D.
I rolled a 13.
All right.
I mean 10, sorry. I got 13 overall, so I rolled a 10.
So you get the feeling that you have her beat on this first round. The way that she takes her weapon, she seems to be analyzing your movement. And you think you can get the jump on her.
Okay. I'll step in and take a swing.
Go ahead.
Test her defenses, you know. With a 21 to hit.
21 is enough.
Alright. I will immediately pop a Divine Smite, because this is going to probably be a burst fight anyway. And I will roll Thank you, Remy. 15, 20, 21. I will hit her for 21 damage.
Oh. All right. Well, as you expect, it is not enough to fell her in a single strike. But you do see her take one step behind as she takes this blow, and she turns at you and says, "This is how it's gonna be then, huh?" And she turns
Yeah, it's a
and
paladin fight. It's called How They Fight.
she turns and also attack you with a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
And she will also send a divine smite into this attack. It's D8 or D6? It's a divine smite.
D8.
D8. So it's 2D8 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 2d8.
And plus
Plus
1 for your So you get hit for 17 points of damage in grand total.
44. Okay. So
A big-
34. Oh, no, wait, 48, sorry. No, 48, 38, 31. Okay.
So this is the first time you actually are on the receiving end of a divine smite as you hit her and you see the light coming from your sword pumping into her body. You see her take her own swing and you feel the sting of a god hitting you. Oh.
I'll kind of shake and be like, not bad. Let's see how you hold up to my next strike, though. I guess we roll for initiative again.
Yeah.
Literally just on the dice. Ooh, that's an 18. I'll be surprised if she can beat an 21 with dex, but I'm just going off the dice.
Oh wow.
For the same.
No, of course you beat her. You beat her again on this initiative.
Alright. I will go try and hit her. For a nope. No, I will not. That is a nat one. I will definitely miss her.
You strike and she parries it with her shield.
Damn, I wish those two rolls had been reversed. I would have taken the 18 more on the hit, but that's okay.
All right. Immediately after that, she turns around and attacks you again with an 18. You barely manage to dodge this. You see the blade really just so close, you even stumble one or two steps back. And, whoa!
Alright. Third round.
Yeah. Ooh.
That one's bad. She probably will beat me on this one. I only rolled a 9.
Yeah, she does. She rolled a 16 on her dice.
Alright.
And as you are slightly unbalanced by this attack, she takes advantage of it and again tries to hit you. But apparently you are still on your backward swing. You make a few steps and it is just enough to miss it again as she again swings at you with 18. You feel the wind of the blade just touching the tip of your nose as it goes by.
That defensive fighting style I took at level 2 looking real good right about now.
Whew. Tissul's
Plus one.
teaching are really saving your neck right now.
Yeah. Alright, I'll try and hit her. With I don't think this will hit because she's the same as me, but a 18. Unless her armor is slightly different because she does have a slightly different armor.
The first one was the initiative.
No, I know.
Okay.
8. No, I know, but you tried to hit me, so then I.
Oh
tried
yeah,
to
that's
hit her
right.
back.
It's your turn. Yeah.
So I rolled an 18.
18.
I don't know if she has one less AC than I do because
No,
her
no,
armor's
she
different.
is a mirror image. She took the same path as you.
All right. Then.
So as you are unbalanced, you try and give her an upward swing as you see her get in, but she also managed to barely dodge it.
Okay. I guess we roll initiative again. She's a good fighter. I'll give her that. Ooh, that's a 17 on the die.
I rolled a 16. You go first.
Alright. I'll kind of come down low, fake low, and then come for a high swing at her shoulder
Go ahead.
as I'm regaining balance for a... There we go. That'll hit. That's a 20.
Yeah, that is enough to
Unnatural
hit.
20.
That is enough to hit.
Unnatural 20. Alright, and I will pop my second Divine Smite. 4. 13. 19. 19, plus 26.
Okay. You strike her right on the shoulder, and the strike just cross right through her shoulder, across her chest, and just sliding off her ribs. You see her stumble a few steps. She is injured. There is blood on your sword, and she does look very winded from this. But just as you think she's gonna fall on her knees, she catches herself up. And she prepares to strike. If you counted, she is within the single digit of hit points.
Yeah. That's what I assumed.
But she hits you for the 26 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And
Alright.
You know what? Better a 19 on the die than a 20.
She's gonna have to like max roll though to do 31. So as long as I can hit first, this might come down to initiative.
All right, so she hits you, pumping also a divine smite into this with 10, 23 points of damage
Yeah,
divided among
23.
slashing and divine.
So that's gonna leave me at 8. So yeah, I'm down to 8.
So you are not as injured as she is, but you are
We're
also
both at one hit. We're both at one hit. We have
You're-
divine smites left.
you're also bleeding.
Yeah. No, it's whoever hits first. Okay, come on, guy. Into the initiative.
Oh, it's 50-50.
18 on my initiative.
You rolled before her.
Oh, okay, but I still have to hit. Come on, baby.
Oh,
Don't let me down now.
God. Oh, God.
Please. Please, love. All the power of the dragons. Come to me now, my god. My friends. Look upon me. Oh, yes. 16 on the die, 7. It's gonna be 24. Oh. Okay, and I'll pump my last Divine Smite into that, but I don't think it'll matter.
No.
Like, I think at minimum you do 7 damage if you just rolled all ones.
Well, no. Actually, if I rolled, well, yeah, but
Oh,
it's 7
8.
anyway. Oh, wait, 8, 16. So 8, 7 plus 7 is 8, 15, 21. I will still hit her for 21 damage.
So you see this perfect moment where you see a part of her that is exposed, and just as you are about to swing, you feel this familiar feeling, the one that you had a few days ago in your dream, of something watching you.
Oh, no.
You know that what you're about to do is going to have consequences. You recognize in her eyes, everything seems to start going very slowly. You know you can kill her if you strike her. but it
She's a
feels
weird
like
bell.
something is watching you, judging you. The moment almost feels like it is exactly as it was in the book that you were looking.
Can I?
You're sort of
Can I?
suspended.
At the last,
You're
am I allowed? Am I allowed the last second to try and switch that damage to knocking her sword out of her hand so she can't retaliate?
I'll give you the attempt. Yes, of course.
Because I still hit her. Can I try and
Yeah.
switch? So I'm just saying I'm spending that force of that 21
Yeah.
divine smite into hitting her hand, basically,
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
knock the sword from her
No,
hand.
basically what I'm saying is you won the fight.
Okay.
There is one moment, however, that you have to decide between the same three choice that you were given. Kill, assimilate, or honor.
She brought me down to 8 HP, and I'm going to pick the same choice I picked. I mean, I felt like I picked the right choice in my dream. I'm not going to change now. So I will knock the sword from her hand to make sure it's obvious that I've won.
Oh, it's even prettier than that because you pumped in a divine smite and you won. So you see this moment just slowing down in your head. And, oh, come on! Why don't you want? And you finish the strike right toward her sword, and as the divine smite enters your weapon and pumps into her own weapon, you see her sword shatter, just... And you see her completely off balance by this... And she looks up and... Why?
I'll look down at her, and I'll be like, I do not know what you are or who you are, but you fought honorably. I have not had a more worthy duel in a long time. I could not kill such a warrior as you. I will not try and change you or turn you from your ways, but remember that this day I spared your life, and try and find better people than those you've been spending your time with. And then I'll turn away.
As you say this, you see that she is very angry at you, and there is a moment where you see her sort of instinctively try and reach to a mace that she also has, and then she looks up again and... Why? And she grabs for the orb that the other person gave her, breaks it, and you see her just disappear.
As she disappears, once she's fully gone, I'll kind of collapse back onto the ground, holding my wounds as I am at 8 HP. I'm like, my sword I'll sheath my sword and then kind of fall back, holding my side where there's blood trickling from a gash.
You know, now she's just going to come back more angry.
One thing that for you, audience, speaks more than for the rest of the group. When she looked up on each of those moments, to you, it feels like something was talking to her, forcing her to accept the outcome of this battle.
I'll just look up. I'll be like, if she does, I'll be ready. But change does not start with you killing another individual. You have to sometimes let someone live for them to see the good in them.
As you try to get up, stumbling a bit, with a few drops of blood falling on the ground. Man, you had a rough evening.
Yep, hold on.
I'm like, Ruffy, do you still have that potion?
Yeah, like
I mean, we've got some more healing potions if
I
you
know, I
want.
don't want it. We have that extra one, though, that she gave us.
maybe it's just like maybe just kind of like Like is running over, hugging your arm, like kind of crying a bit just because you're covered in blood again.
I'll look at Remy. I'm like, I am all right, and our dragon, we were victorious. We proved the stronger god today.
And just like this stream right now, the room falls silent. Jorg, you've never seen
Yeah.
champions of gods fighting.
George was gonna ask you. Has this happened to you guys before? It looks like you were at least familiar with that guy that was in here.
I'm not.
Well, Jorg, you recognize the symbol, the hunter
Okay.
god, because
Yeah.
since you're a druid, you have been told about this cult that's been growing in strength. But
Yeah.
that is as far as your knowledge of the situation goes.
By the way, I do drink that extra potion if Remy hands it to me.
In fact, Randy probably would have been the one like shoving it down your throat to begin with.
Fair enough.
Looking at you. Shh, shh, shh.
But was this your guys' first encounter with the hunter cult?
No.
Okay.
No.
Although it's the first encounter with that guy
Yeah.
specifically.
And I assume your first encounter with a mirror version of one of us.
Yeah.
Yes, that is. I do not know what to make of that. I will be honest. She seemed both identical to me, but also her own person in a way. It was weird.
It was.
She was
I
both
think she's
identical
still out.
and an opposite to me, and yet I don't know. I do not know whether to make if she was real or not. It was one of the reasons I didn't kill her.
Actually, think about it. Randy, realizing that they're probably still in a potentially dangerous room,
I was just gonna suggest.
immediately
we
starts looking around himself.
The room, as I said, has once again become silent. The last remnant of the stinking cloud that was there are leaving. You're no longer in danger of falling to this. You do recognize easily where the... oh, come on. Why do you want me to update something? No. All right.
Fisher needs a firmware update.
So, you do recognize what the indentation were for, as when you're looking around, you do notice these odd stones that have been sort of haphazardly placed to just face the door. It's really obvious. It's not hard at all to notice, unless you really want to roll a double one. But for more, if you want more information, I will have you make a perception roll.
I mean, like, I think it would be hilarious if I rolled a double one, but... Well, the first roll was a 2.
Well,
Why do... That's not how that works. Hold on. Here. Let's try that again. Alright, no, yeah, significantly better. That'll be a 24.
okay. So, as I said, you easily notice this. And the way that they've been placed, you sort of easily get that they were extracted from the walls and placed to create a new trap. That's what happens when you give your enemy a week and 1 day to prepare for your arrival. The room itself looks barren. It has been ransacked. The shelves are completely empty. There are no more tomes. The desk, all of the doors from the other side are open, so it's been completely emptied. The desk is pretty, You see remnants of candles placed there. They're not lit right now. You get a feeling that there was some magic involved into making this room lit. The wall ends with no more door. You do see, however, on the desk different switch, and they're all linked to a miniature representation of different rooms of this place. There's one room that looks oddly like the entrance room, one room that looks like the place where there were all of the weapons. There is the room where you place all of the orb, and there is a room where the giant construct was. And there's also a room for a long hallway, but you know that the traps weren't there. However, all of the switch are placed in a position which suggests all traps are active right now.
Yeah. Ray just casually, just like putting his taloned hand, over all the switches, and just kind of slides his hand over.
You didn't notice it before, but when you do so, there is a humming noise that disappears, sort of like a generator that stops functioning. Sort of yeah, that feels better.
Rami, are we good?
He'll get the okay sign, but just because the lantern is still active and gnomes, Brady is going to do an investigation around the room just to see if there's anything at all that the man might not have noticed.
Okay, make an investigation roll.
I'll give you guidance for that.
I'm really appreciating this lantern because that was a 1. Yeah, significantly better. And then the D4. Come on, I'm not even dropping you that hard. All right, so that'll be a grand total of 26.
26, okay. So, you start rummaging through the place with a lot more style than Fisher did in the previous room. While Remy is doing that, is there anything that audience and Fisher would like to do? Because Jorg is blessing Remy as he's searching the room. You sort of get this religious feeling of the guy that...
Yeah, I'm helping you look.
Audience, I guess we'll go specifically look at the desk. Remy isn't there.
Okay.
And I will take Terry out and try to see if it looks like it notices anything else.
Okay. Well,
that I can't see.
Well, since Remy already has advantage on its investigation roll, there's not a lot more I can do with this. But I'll take it into account. He rolled really high. Alright, so audience, you'd be the first one to finish your search. It feels like the desk of a gnome, so it's way too small for you. It feels like
your shins.
Sitting. It feels like sitting at a children's table. It's a beautiful desk, but it has been ransacked. Every single drawer has been opened, and you can even try and push at the bottom of the desk, and nothing seems to get through. You do see a few pages of stuff written in gnomish. You identify this easily as probably being the last few words of the gnome that made this place. You do read a few passages on him being part of one of the first expedition that got there, along with the elves. This is when you get the feeling, oh, okay, with the elves. There's a good chance that the elves were here before the humans were. The elves did ask him to make a lot of weapons because they were going on an expedition far to the east. Apparently something that has to do with the War of Aberration. They wanted to make an expedition in the remnant outposts of the Aberration when they tried to invade your world. They knew that there would no longer be armies of them there, but there would probably be still a few creatures roaming around, and all of that he was making right now was part of this huge order that they had placed, because apparently he was someone known. In gnomish words, you get the feeling that he's maybe exaggerating a bit when he says that he is the most proficient armorer in the realm since the Shattering itself, but having seen some of its work, you get a feeling that, all right, well, he's exaggerating, but he's probably very good.
That's good. All right. I'll kind of look around sadly, like, I'm sure everything has been taken. Oh well.
You do gather from everything that you read that he left the place because he was asked to get to somewhere. This is where the log ends, and most likely he never came back, so this is why all the defenses were still on.
I'll kind of nod, like, alright.
So this is about everything you learned from whomever this place belonged to.
Do I get a name, at least, for what the gnome was?
As with all gnomes, more than one. So there was all right, let me try and say this in a single shot. Galvidus, which seemed to have been his first name.
And you pull back the page further and realize it's folded into 3 sheets as the name continues.
So, Galvidus, and then you get all of the nicknames, which most gnome include in their name. Mage Hand, Silver Illusionist, Golden Armor, and for some reason, you don't know why the last one is, but hey, it probably makes sense if you know him. Lightfoot. Okay.
What was it? It was Galvanist, Lightfoot, Golden Armor,
Mage Hand.
And Silver Illusionist.
Yeah.
I just want to know if anyone's ever heard of him later, so...
Okay.
Mind.
Pro soccer player, womanizer.
All right. So, this is everything you can read about him. Fisher and Remy, as you're both scouring the room, eventually, Fisher, you do see that. First of all, it's really hard for you to communicate with Terry, as he mostly just looks at you. You do, however, spend a little bit of time moving about, and you converge at the back wall roughly at the same time as Remy is arriving there, and he is just touching the wall and trying to see if there's something behind this plate. And then suddenly, Remy, you see that Terry, which you haven't seen a lot, first, when he sees you arriving, he recoils a little bit. Then he looks at Fisher. Then he looks at you again. Remy, do you do something when you see this?
There's a 3-talon wave.
He sort of jumps a little bit and looks at Fisher when you do this.
He's not gonna hurt you. On purpose.
Just to help. Remy, anything you do with this?
Kind of maybe like brings like like one finger and maybe just like maybe tries to do like a petting motion on the head.
As your finger approaches his head, you see him open his mouth, and you hear.
I'm gonna pull the box away a little bit. I don't think we're there yet, Ramy.
Maybe looks sad, but then just goes back to doing what he was doing before.
Fisher, when you pull back the box, you see Terry go. He was about to spit something.
Good to know.
To the moment you pull the box out, he starts looking at the wall. The very wall where Remy was actually looking at. Remy, you see that Fisher, with what you rolled, you see that Terry is looking at the wall, the very wall that you were... The very place on the wall where you were starting to investigate this. So you go back to just seeing the wall, and you do feel like your talons can actually slide a little bit inside the wall. So it takes a moment, but you manage to grab the stone and pull it a little, then it comes out, pull it more, and then you ask Fisher to finish removing the stone because it's heavy.
Yeah, just like using all of the 7 strength he has.
And you see this small compartment. The stone didn't get all the way to the end. You see... Sorry. You see this green gem, which seemed to have a rune carved in the center of it. But it has a really weird illusion. Just like, I don't know, odd choices made in games in the beginning of the 2000s, where they would just place a plane in there and it would always be facing the player. So no matter how much you turn the gem, the rune always seems to be facing you. Even if you turn it on itself, up, down, the rune is always facing you.
Oh, Ramy, like, I mean, apart from the fact that it's a gem, Ramy is just infinitely fascinated with this now. It's like... Is he able to? Does he? Would he recognize this rune at all, or?
No. You have no clue what this is. You can make an Arcana roll.
Do I know what it looks like?
Make an Arcana roll also.
Nope. That's gonna be 13.
17.
Okay. So definitely, Fisher, this doesn't strike any memory or anything like that when you look at it. Remy, you look at it and feels like you've seen this in a book a very long time ago, but you just can't remember what was written under it. It was a book talking about something that happened a long time ago. That's all you can remember.
Well, I guess maybe to potentially glean more information, but this might be a research thing later. But it's like maybe he's going to pull out his pearl and take the time to identify this thing, if it has any other qualities to it besides the fun party trick, which he's very much appreciating.
All right, well, you take your time to do this. And Fisher, of course, you see Remy pull out this gem, and you also notice that for some reason, the rune also always seems to be facing you. No matter how Remy turns it on its head or on its sides. And after a moment, he just plops down on the ground and gets his equipment and go try and figure this out.
What's Terry's reaction to the gem?
By the way, guys, I'm gonna check out because I think we're mostly. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, it was gonna end in a few minutes right after that. So, all right.
Okay.
So, I hope you like your evening.
Bye. It was interesting. All right, I will see you guys.
Bye.
Yep.
See ya.
So Terry looks at this, and he looks at it a bit as if he was mesmerized by it for a moment. And then he realized that it's in the hand of Remy, so he just and starts looking at you again.
Remy, are you still holding it, or did you like put it down to do your ritual?
I think it can be just in front of you.
It's just like in the end, toward the end of casting the spell itself, like he does have to touch it, but
in the interim, he doesn't
need to be touching it the whole time.
Hi. Mind if I borrow this for a second while you get all that set up?
Remy, you feel the frustration of if you answer, you have to start again.
And then I will sit down next to the gem and move Terry out of his box and put him on the ground next to it.
Okay.
After scooting them a little bit farther away from Remy, so it feels more comfortable.
Remy, if one day you can see what's inside of Terry's head, you are gonna understand. But for now, he moves.
He's got the survival instincts of a worm.
He moves very cautiously, as you get the feeling from the demeanor of Terry, the way he moves. It feels like, I don't know, a mouse trying to sneak its way around a cat. Or maybe a bobcat. Just a little bigger. There's quite a few moments where he looks at Remy, and then he looks at you, and then Remy, and then you, and then just slowly worm its way to the gem. And he just starts looking at it. Really deeply inside of it. Just moves a little bit closer to it. You see him shake the front of his... well, whatever that is. And then gets closer to it. Then you see his front opening up. And it feels like he's trying to suck part of the gem as he just puts his mouth on it. And it just stays there with the gem stuck in... And then it lets it go and slides away. And just keeps staring at it. Sometimes just shaking its head a little bit. And, as if something was bothering him. But also fascinating him. Remy, what happens is even more frustrating that something that happened a little bit earlier during this in this dungeon. When you finish casting this, your spell, the stone doesn't even register. It's as if the spell went right through it. And you get the feeling that it is because of a spell that your spell went through it. It is most likely magically protected against spells like what you're trying to use.
Remy actually does have a frustrated look on his face and even does like the frustrated book slam.
You see Terry go...
Maybe just picks the gem up again, pockets it. Like, and you hear in a weird gruff voice, "Gonna show that bitch who's boss."
All right.
Really angry.
So Fisher, you see Remy being very angry, and Terry was acting very oddly with this.
Oh, I'm just gonna. First of all, does he look physically fine after I was bathed in fire a couple times?
Well, it's a splash of flame, so it just hits you in the front like this.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't cover you and roast you from inside, so there's no problem with that. Those.
All right.
However, that's a good thing. No, he would have been partially protected against that, and this, and this. All right. No. It's just a little curious about how all the spells when you entered the room acted on him.
Then in that case, I'm just gonna give him a little water.
Which he happily drinks, or at least you think he happily drinks it.
Absorbs
Yeah.
or something. Yeah. All right.
He absorbs it without resistance.
I guess
Yes.
once Remy has calmed down, like starts like, putting his feathers back after I'm assuming they fluffed after being so mad. Just
Well,
like
Remy had a very emotional 30 minutes seeing audience being pummeled into paste and then brought back and then pummeled again and then having to make a duel. It was a pretty emotional half an hour for Remy.
so yeah, like once he's kind of got himself settled, just like tries his best to look as confident as possible as he says this. It's like, all right, men, mission accomplished. Let's move out.
And you also have the picture of a worm sucking on a gem inside your head.
Yeah, that's never leaving his head, I don't think.
All right, so you gather yourself up, very sure that there are no more traps to prevent you from leaving this place. With a little bit of treasure, weapons to sell, a few things to identify. But also with the frustration that they did arrive here before you, and they most likely took a few things that were interesting. But you start leaving this dungeon, and without an issue, you make your way back to the entrance.
Is the shield guardian gone?
When you leave, the leg is still there, but the rest is gone. Yes. It's my leg.
Thought about it.
You ask audience to put the leg inside of his dimensional storage.
Would it fit? Is there any room left?
It's a 10 by 10. It's a square room. So the beast itself was 12 feet high. So the leg is most likely something like 6 or 7 feet high. Yeah, it would fit.
Then yeah. Feel like I know some gnomes that would get a kick out of this.
So
No pun intended.
you take the time to store the leg of a shield guardian inside of the dimensional storage, adding to your treasure hoard of this evening. All right. So you easily make your way out and go through all the traps without triggering them. That feels good. They all seem completely deactivated. There might still be a mimic somewhere inside of here, but
Don't worry about it.
I was gonna ask if we see a lonely chest or anything on the way out.
yeah, as you're leaving, you see a chest looking at you with tear forming on his eyes.
Then Raimi magically casts Fireball as they leave.
Getting out the frustration.
Don't ask me how he knows a 3rd level spell.
Don't worry about it.
It was frustration. It's, there's binge eating. It's frustration casting. It's a skill. Alright, so we're going to end this stream as the group leaves this place and enter the long hallway leading outside of this place. You spent 8 hours sleeping in there, meaning that as you come out, you are blinded by the end of afternoon sun. And this is how this stream is going to end. I'm not going to do anything else just because audience isn't there. It's always fun to see his reaction.
Sweet. Because I really gotta go to the bathroom.
All right, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you all had a very pleasant evening. I'm pretty sure at least most of the group had, but possibly everyone, which would be best. So, as always, if you enjoyed the show, you can support the stream by following us on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, which I would very much appreciate if you did. We are still so very close to be able to activate subscription, and I wouldn't mind my YouTube channel to be just a little bit bigger. And as always, you can support us by making a donation or becoming a Patreon. All the links are right below the window if you're on Twitch, and in the description if you're on YouTube. And if you can't do any of those but you want to support us, just spread the word. Tell your friends. Tell your, I don't know, favorite YouTuber. Your favorite Dungeons and Dragons player. Tell them to come and watch us, because I'd very
Maybe your
much...
favorite uncle.
Yeah, especially if he plays Dungeons and Dragons. Or played Dungeons and Dragons in his life. Or if he likes laughing at people playing Dungeons and Dragons. So, thank you very much. Thank you for being there. And as always, stay safe. And especially in those really weird times, which are hopefully coming to a conclusion right now, stay healthy. See you next Wednesday. Bye.
Dene.